Hi YouTube. You don't know me, but I know you pretty well, and if I'm being honest, I'm a little scared. So my name is irrelevant to this conversation. Well, okay, I'm not sure what exactly I'm doing with all this. I don't know if I want to be like a brand yet. I guess Weak Female NPC is what the channel is going to be called for a little bit. Or called for now. That will be the brand. But you can call me Lizzie. I am someone who exists, and I am just somebody who likes to mess around on the internet quite a bit. So I know what you're thinking. If you care so much about what other people think that you're so scared to even, you know, show yourself publicly in any way, shape or form, why make a video on one of the widest platforms ever? Like, pretty much the one that goes, you know, broadcast yourself. That used to be a thing. And the answer is, yes. So, I'm not an established name, and I don't have a following, nor do I really know if that's something I want, but I just liked the idea of investing in my personality. Sounds so douchey when you put it like that. I wanted to use the media skills I have to draw attention to a phenomenon that I think only about 5 people care about, and I might make up about 2 of them. But it's something that I just haven't really been able to get over since I first started observing it, so let me tell you all about it. I'm a weak female NPC, I've got no impact on the game or agency, I'm just a character you interact with once. Now you see, I'm what you would call a truth seeker. No, wait. It is a truth universally acknowledged that an internet full of content must be in want of cats. I've been terminally online since about 2007, and I have to say, seeing how the internet has evolved with the rise of social media, the ever-closing gap of perilous social relationships, and the changing language of memes, it's fair to say how I personally navigate the internet has changed accordingly. When I was 11, I had an addiction to the lolcats format, which was mostly hosted on Icon Has Cheeseburger, a site that was kind of a rip-off of things like You're the Man Now Dog. I didn't frequent those kind of sites because I didn't know really what they were, and I feel like if I had, my brain might have exploded. My taste for these retrospectively pretty cringy memes began when my mom was given an Icon Has Cheeseburger book for Christmas. Cute cats, spelling things wrong. Apparently that was what I considered the peak of humour in 2008. So apparently the Icon Has Cheeseburger book was but 2 spin-offs, both of which I own personally. We can have a look. Let's see. We'll go for How to Be Awesome. That one came first. It's like those kind of like greeting cards that you only give to somebody who's like over 50. Do you remember that meme? The eye is in your whatever. Like, this was just a cat going, "Now tell to me, how does it make you feel?" Like, it's not a joke. It's just spelling things wrong, and that's the joke. I mean, like, it was fun. Like, it was fun. It was innocent. I'm not gonna act like this was, like, you know, problematic in any way. It's not. Like someone was like, that one's pretty funny. They suspect nothing. But it's not like the height I held this to when I was younger. It's kind of ridiculous to me. And it's not hard to understand why cats are so popular on the internet. They're cute, funny, largely unproblematic, unless you count the many dead voles I've found on the back patio. But over the years, and along with the trends, in the late 2010s, cat memes became considerably more surreal, and our relationship changed with them altogether, due to the rise of things like pet influencers and pet Instagrams. Individual cats and the personas they wore were becoming a source of income for their owners. For famous cats like Grumpy Cat, Little Bub, Loops, Bingus, these cats were, and still are really, garnering celebrity status, and it in a way makes you feel like you know these pets on a personal level. So I'm 24 in human years, which would make me about 2 in cat years and makes me about 74 in TikTok years. So most of my cat consumption now comes from Facebook. Facebook cat groups have become increasingly popular over the last few years, and they kind of reached new heights in the pandemic due to the comfort and sense of community they built. They're also a place where discourse is either discouraged or outright banned, which means most people tend to use them to find a sense of escapism and wholesome camaraderie. First group I joined, well, was added to, was This Cat is Chunky, a page with such a large amount of members that Facebook even made an advert that went on billboards across America. And This Cat is Chunky is exactly what it sounds like. We just celebrate absolute units. And from then on, my Facebook cat group addiction began, and I found myself getting increasingly sucked into the weirdly specific variations. So, for example, from This Cat is Chunky came This Cat is Slonky, This Cat is Grumpy, This Cat is Soggy, This Cat is Void, This Cat is LEWD, This Cat is Geriatric, This Cat is Vocal, This Cat is BEBBY, This Cat has a BEBE, This CATTO has a HATTO, This Cat is assembled incorrectly, This Cat is innocent of all charges, This Cat is loafing, This Cat is employed, This Cat is a dumbass, and This Cat eats an organ. To name a few. But our story begins, well, the inspiration for this video begins, with a post made by Irma Missick, who hails from Italy, and her cat Leila, a tortoiseshell and white domestic shorthair. Or a cat. Just a cat, you know, just a moggy. Nothing special. Why do I even say that? They're all special. On the 23rd of January 2021, Irma posted this picture on her cat's Instagram, Leila Brioche, showing the aftermath of her Leila getting into a pot of pasta sauce, to a moderate amount of response. Irma then posted the picture on the 27th of February to the Facebook cat group Peets Inda Eats. Look, if you're susceptible to ooey speak, this isn't going to get much better. This garnered a 2.9 response and was understandably pretty popular. She then posted it again on the 5th of June to a group called This Cat is Innocent of All Charges. From here, Irma's post was picked up by the public page Important Animal Images, posted on the 11th of June, where it was reaching the biggest audience yet. Irma wasn't directly credited, but one of the most popular comments of the picture did credit her, and showed a follow-up picture proving the weapon of choice for Leila was some sort of spaghetti sauce. What Irma had on her hands here was pretty solid meme territory, and it did certainly capture an audience. The problem with being an owner of a pretty naturally and universally funny picture means that it is inevitably going to be stolen by meme collection pages. Now, I'm not making a hugely moralistic argument about whether memes and funny photos constitute intellectual property. My point is about how pages like this tend to take content, not credit the original creators, and then create false narratives around the memes to authenticate them as their own or for self-promotion. I'm not personally sure how easily it's monetized, but when you look at accounts like Dory, who did just steal content, you can see there's something to be gained from going constantly viral. Facebook meme pages are nothing new, and if I was to sit here and call out every page that stole memes and didn't credit the makers, we'd be here all day. Sure, the idea of exposure and something going viral means that, yes, things will be shared without the original poster's knowledge. That's just how the cookie crumbles. The thing that bugged me about this post, especially since I'd already interacted with Irma, was the caption. Mac and cheese thief. Join my Discord. I know what you're thinking. What's the big deal? I mean, it's not like fake news, you know, changing it from pasta sauce to mac and cheese. But I think it rubs me the wrong way because it's so innocuous and people won't really question that because it's so innocuous that it's like, why lie about it in the first place? I reached out to Irma to make this video and make sure I can name her publicly. And while your cat doing something funny and then you get a picture is not exactly the most laborious task and is really quite serendipitous, that photo is nonetheless her intellectual property, and Leila is her property too. She's her cat, so shouldn't she have a say in how far she reaches? Now, admittedly, 10 out of 10 never claimed to own the cat or be the wrist in the picture. They only changed a small part of their narrative. From filming this video, they now have actually credited Leila on their page. But it led to most of the comments believing this to be the case and even making memes based on this idea. Hi, this is Edit Lizzie here, and one of the things that I just wanted to draw attention to is when you reverse image search this picture of Leila, mac and cheese thief kind of automatically comes up as connected to it, and now most pages about it, including, you know, the Reddit and the iFunny, refer to it as a mac and cheese thief, although somebody said alleged, and that's kind of gone viral, so hey, this thing is developing. And the reason this set me off was mainly because this innocuous type of lying for clout, while not hugely harmful, does still spread misinformation. The one that sticks into my mind is this set of pictures. This is Ulla, a stray cat who was brought into a shelter in Greenland in May 2018, where it was discovered she was heavily pregante. And I don't need to explain why this picture is funny. In fact, it reached many news outlets that were telling the real story. But it didn't take long for the narrative to keep shifting, and even though this had quite a bit of publicity, again and again people would claim Ulla was their cat or their friend's cat. And because it's an objectively funny and cute picture, people don't really think to question the story put forward. To this day, I still hear people claiming that Ulla is their friend's cat. Again, it comes down to that this was a needless lie, that it was simply done for traffic and attention. And what I always wondered was, did anyone make them back up their claim? And I know it's not a big deal, but the first time I saw Ulla was somebody claiming it was their cat. Now, I've owned cats my whole life, and they're not exactly the most difficult animals to take care of. But kittens, especially newborn kittens, require quite a bit of attention, and if I saw somebody who claimed to own a pregnant cat, I would want to know that that cat was in the best place it could be. I think we take it for granted that this story could be so plausible and inconsequential. Why lie about it? And I think the reason it bugs me is because I've owned cats my whole life, and I've never met two cats that were the same. And to me, claiming to own someone else's cat is kind of like saying it's your family member? I'm not equating those two things necessarily, but cat owners do have a special bond with their own cats. When I look at my Void Boy catechist, I don't see a black cat. I see the 2-month-old kitten I found on the streets after a night out around Halloween. I see the cat that has been there for me in some of my darkest moments and cuddled up with me when I thought loneliness would get the best of me. When I look at my Tortie Cleo, I think of the times when she's done something absolutely ridiculous and brought me out of a mental spiral. I see the cat that filled the hole in my mum's heart when our cat of 21 years passed in 2018. And talking to Irma showed me that she had a love for Leila that was pure and unique. Therefore, I think she should get the credit for not only showing Leila at her most orange, but also just loving and nurturing her. I also want to point out that Irma was quick to tell me that she does make sure that Leila is well taken care of. She doesn't eat anything that she shouldn't, and if she does get sick, she will take her to the vet and get her the right medication. And again, I'm saying this from a place of experience rather than like any veterinary qualifications. I don't have those. But cats, like dogs, are typically opportunistic eaters. My cats have eaten things they shouldn't, but they've been generally fine and not significantly sick. The main items to keep away from your cats are lilies. Peruvian lilies are fine. Aspirin or paracetamol. Neat cocoa is poisonous. It's like arsenic to them, so don't let them anywhere near that. And nowadays they're saying don't give your cats tuna. That's because of the high level of mercury. My cat, who lived to 21, absolutely loved tuna. And he was fine, obviously. But I guess it's a thing in small doses. So my point is, I don't think Irma is hurting her cat by letting her eat pasta sauce. I also think the reason her feet are soaked the way they are is because she's like stepped in the sauce when it was like had water in it for washing up. I bring this up because even if people don't know who the owner of a cat is, there'll still be unsolicited health advice. And with Irma's case, the change in narrative to mac and cheese was a significant one because, well, most cats are lactose intolerant. Shouldn't be having mac and cheese. For example, Grace the Sosig cat was used in a meme about the cat not understanding why their bowl wasn't full when they've only kind of eaten the middle. But what ended up happening because Grace had been used in this meme was the owner of Grace was getting grief from people thinking she only fed her exclusively in a bowl, which hurts her whiskers. Apparently that's the reason cats do this. The truth is, Grace's owner does feed Grace on a plate, and they were sick of the unsolicited advice. I apologise, this is a complete tangent. The moral of the story is, don't steal people's cat pictures for clout, you weirdos. Because for all you know, there's going to be a crazy person who gets weirdly obsessed with the fact you've lied about this and makes a video about it. And I'm not necessarily against this attitude that memes are kind of a collective thing that we all communicate with. And this is going to sound super pretentious, but to be honest, memes are kind of a postmodern form of communication. You'll have an original post and then it will contextually evolve more and more until it's far from what the original creator made it. Look, I'm not a complete saint. I've definitely taken pictures where I don't know the source and I've captured them and not credited anyone else involved, and I'd like to rectify that now where I can. I'm not saying that every time you use or you share any type of GIF meme you have to say exactly where it came from, exactly who did what. And I'm also not necessarily saying that when somebody takes someone's cat picture and posts about it, they're stealing their content or trying to get their clout. Recently, this cat called Tinks went missing. The original owner posted it in a Facebook group. A guy with significant Twitter following shared it. Then it went viral, and then people accused him of trying to, you know, take that picture for clout and get followers, even though he already had followers, and that's the whole reason it went viral. And yeah, that's very silly, and that's not the attitude I want to take at all. I'm adding this in improv-y. This is not scripted because, yeah, I only just read about this today. So yeah, this is Tink's original owner, and this is her, and she's gorgeous, and I'm glad she was found. But I just think claiming to be the owner of an animal, you know, and creating narratives around them, faking their death, pretending that they got pregnant, saying that they stepped in some mac and cheese, it's changing the narrative to an audience who genuinely want to know about the welfare of the cat and want to know that they are with the best people. That's all from me. Whether I make anything like this again is based entirely on my brain chemistry. Luckily I have these handy boys for that. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Please feel free to give me feedback on any kind of technicals or how I'm presenting myself. I have other ideas for videos, but they're very different from this one, and I haven't really got a set idea of like what this channel would be. It could be commentary, it could be film reviews, it could be a lot of things. I wanted to make something I cared about and I thought hadn't really been touched on, and I don't know really what the future holds for me. But I think that's a good thing. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again, if it takes my fancy.